Jagged Alliance 3. Is it worth a buy? Is it worth your money? Is it? Let's read the words of the developer. The country of Grand Chen is thrown into chaos when the elected president goes missing and the paramilitary force known as the Legion seizes control. Hire mercs, meet interesting characters and fight in a tactically deep turn-based combat in this true successor to a beloved franchise. Oh, I've had some fun with this game, guys. It's hilarious. It's a really good game, this has to be said. You can grab it on Green Man Gaming, by the way, 20% off, $31.99. It's a AA game. That's probably why it's so damn good. I always said AA in indie is where it's at. AAA is dead. Absolutely dead unless... Mac, just get on with it. Let's start off with the graphical options. There's quite a few. To twiddle and tweak. And it has all the latest stuff for you people who love that extra little bit of shading. You know, you don't want that little jagged bit there. You'll cry your eyes out into your cornflakes. It's just, yeah, it's got everything. It's got absolutely everything. I had it locked at 60 just to see if it would flutter and fluctuate and, you know, do all that stuff that you don't want it to do. And it was pretty much steady with a couple of drops now and then, but nothing to write home about. I tried it on Ultra, tried it on High, and yeah, I got the same results. Ran great. The game itself is set in Africa. The president of this country has been kidnapped by a complete bar steward calling himself the Major, and he runs the paramilitary force known as the Legion. So the Major running the Legion sounds sinister. Call in the mercs. We need Arnie, guys. We need Arnie.
Come on, shoot me. I'm right here.
The mercenaries that you hire are hilarious. They all have their own voice and personality, and they're just funny. This, you know, most games that try to be funny aren't funny. This is funny. I laughed at everybody. There's a complete thought. You're not allowed to say that. There's a woman who flaunts herself. She's hilarious as well. I never get tired of that kind of humour. It's my kind of humour, this game. It's just the butt in the middle of conversations as well that you're having with NPCs with stupid, like, honestly, I've burst out laughing so many times today. It's just hilarious. I've actually hired people based on how hilarious they are, not how good they are, not what I need for my team. It's like, mate, you're hilarious. I don't care how much you charge. Get on my team. I've got this guy who looks like Duke Nukem and sounds like Arnie, and he's just so damn funny. I love him. So, yeah, a great cast of characters and a decent story that unravels as you get further into the game. Now, I only got a key yesterday, so I haven't really had time to do. I've put 9.5 hours in so far, which is nothing in this game. Nothing. It's a mere drop in the ocean. I've only just got off the first map and I'm starting to push into the second. Well, it's all one map, but it's like the starting area. I'm out into the big bad world now. I've captured my first mine. So how the game works is this. This is the kind of, if you want to call it a game loop, it's not really a game loop. It's real-time strategy. That means there's no turns. You just completely run everybody in real time until you're spotted. Once you're spotted by the enemy, it then goes into turn-based. Now, the turn-based is based on the old attack point system. So moving costs so many points, shooting costs so many points, etc. And each person has different amount of attack points based on their stats. And if you level up, you increase your stats. Everybody has perks as well. There's no classes in the game, but you customize people with the perk system, and you have sort of people who are specializing in medics simply because you've upped the medical thing. People who can repair stuff because you've upped the mechanical things on them. People who are good with explosives because you've put points into the explosives thing. So that's basically how it works. It's all about stats in this kind of game, like an RPG, I guess. Well, it is an RPG. What am I talking about? It's not like an RPG. This is a freaking RPG. It's a good one as well. Now, when you get into an actual firefight, you don't get any kind of percentage of hit. So you don't know whether you're going to hit or miss. What you will get is a few helping things on your screen. There'll be a little marker, a little slider that when it flashes, you're probably going to hit. You can increase your odds of hitting. There'll be like a red circle around the enemy. You can tighten that up a bit more by aiming more, which costs more attack points. But the tighter that circle, the higher your chance of hitting. If you miss with your first shot and you have enough attack points for a second one, your accuracy goes up a little bit for your second shot. When you're throwing grenades or anything that's like thrown, there's a chance it's going to go tits up, depending again on your stats. You've got to look at your agility, whether you're good with explosives and stuff like that when you're throwing grenades. And the grenades are great, so the petrol bombs. And you can craft all these things as well. I'll come to the crafting in a sec. But while we're on the subject of combat, you can, while you're in the real-time mode before you get spotted, do takedowns if you're good enough to get in behind them. I just kind of spent my time in real time setting up good ambushes to funnel the enemy in, where you can flank them and things like that, or get into a good position where you can throw grenades. Worked for me. Now, I was playing this on normal difficulty. Everything was on normal, the way that the developers recommend you play. And it's hard, guys. It's a very challenging game, even on normal difficulty. Now, I'm going to start again because I have screwed up big time in my game, but I've had such a blast doing it. And there's a button called forgiving mode, which kind of helps you running out of money, which I'm about to do in my playthrough. Now, the way you run out of money in this is you have to hire all the team that you're using. They're all mercenaries, and you have to pay them after their contract's up. And so if you don't have a steady rate of income, you're going to be in trouble. You get a good income by looting things, finding things, cashing in objects that you find, but more importantly, capturing the mines. You will get a percentage of the income of a mine, so you've got a constant supply of money coming in. And I didn't really concentrate enough on that early doors. And there is a forgiving mode, which it doesn't alter the combat or anything like that, but it does make it easy for you to recover from your wounds and recover from your cash, I believe. Now, on the map, there's loads of different sort of squares on the map that you can move to. And in between moving, you have this satellite view. And in the satellite view, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can heal your teammates, repair items, craft ammo, depending, of course, if you have all the right materials to do this and the right training for some of your mercenaries. But there's a lot to consider before you move out. And it gives you a great sense of immersion after you've won a battle. You've looted all the corpses. You've looted all the areas. You've got someone with high wisdom stats so that they can spot like herbs and things that you can pick to help make medical kits and stuff like that. You then are looking at your map where you're going to move to next. You do a bit of repairs, a bit of healing, and then you head off to a new area of the map. And every area of the map is kind of like a state. Like if you think of a country with states, and so you can get different terrain in there, and there's also a night and day as well when you're moving. The enemy also moves across these states as well. They have fortresses where they will generate guerrillas to come out and retake land that you've took. So it's a very active map, this. So you can't afford really to rest on your laurels a lot in this game because the enemy's going. I mean, there is a pause, so it's not constantly going. You do have time out to just kind of have a look and take stock of your inventory, give who you need the right weaponry, repair the guns and all that. There's so much in-depth stuff to do, and you can modify all the guns as well. So there's all that to do, as well as doing side quests and talking to a lot of people. It's a great game. It has everything. And if you're a fan of turn-based strategy like I am, this is a dream. This game is a dream. It's so good because it's got like 90s kind of action hero bullshittery, which I love. I can't get enough of that shit. It has excellent combat. It looks nice. It has very challenging enemies with a very fair difficulty slider, even on normal difficulty, which games lack these days. It doesn't hold your hand at all. Normal difficulty is what it should be, challenging, and there's room to turn it down if you want to, or turn it up if you're a maniac. So it's got everything, this game. So I'm going to give it a massive thumb up. One of the best games I've played this year. If you're into your turn-based, definitely don't miss this.